Hi guys, I'm Julia and welcome back to JM Squared Vintage. We are back today with a Goodwill Bins haul, but before we get started, if you haven't yet and you are into flipping, you are into vintage, you are into thrifting, you are into bins, be sure to hit subscribe down below. We do all of that here and we would love to have you along for the ride. But without further ado, let's start talking about this week's flip. This week's flip, I only went to one location and only for a half a day, so I think we only have about 24 items here. Still not bad. One of our locations near us is $1 per item, which seems like it might be high, but when you take into consideration that we are going for kind of higher quality pieces, unless we're talking silk, what I have found is that higher quality pieces tend to be a little bit more substantial in weight. So you end up getting some great deals at this one. For example, that incredible shearling coat that I found in last week's haul, I'll link that down below if you haven't watched that yet. You know, that was probably 4 or 5 pounds. It's very heavy, and that would have cost us at any other bins location probably something in the vicinity of $10 or $12. But at our place, it's $1 per item, so it only cost us $1. But without further ado, let's get into the goods. So first on the docket here, and we are pulling straight from my Ikea bags. I will link those down below if you don't have those. They are a thrifter, a bins goer's best friend. But with that being said, there might be some wrinkles. I haven't even pulled them out yet. But our first piece is this beautiful Tommy Bahama cream silk camp shirt. It's in fabulous condition, no stains, no rips. It doesn't even really appear to have been worn at any point. Like there is no signs of wear. The tag looks like it hasn't even, been touched by a cleaners. But again, 100% silk, size large. That's a great find. I'm not quite sure what I'll get for this, maybe 30 bucks on the resale market, but it is a really nice, very high quality shirt. So something to look out for. Next up here, we've got a pair of North Face. They're like sweatpants. They're like hydrophobic sweatpants. So they're not like your typical fleece that has, kind of that sweatshirt feel to it. It feels a little bit more slick on the outside. And this is something you see really commonly in ski gear. So it just like if you get a little snow on it, it just beads off. But a good find, again, for $1, they're a size large, they're good size, they're in great condition. Again, does not appear to have any wear on it whatsoever. Maybe 25 bucks on these. And I think that they'll go pretty quick because anything North Face, it's a total bread and butter brand. So this one, if you are in any way acquainted with the contemporary art market, you will likely know what this crown is. And that is kind of the artistic signature motif of Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was an artist that kind of existed at the fulcrum of punk rock and hip hop and art back in the 80s. I mean, he ran with Andy Warhol. He was really good friends with Keith Haring. Like this guy was an absolute juggernaut. But if you see anything with that crown on it, grab it. There's just always a market for it. He's still, he has gained in popularity since his untimely death. But this, I'm not quite sure. I have to do a little research on this because typically when you see Basquiat's art, it's a riot of colors and shapes. It's very, rooted in graffiti. And this feels very refined. Like this kind of feels like you're fresh off of the golf course. So TBD on what I'll get for this, but it is a great piece. The quality is really nice. No rips, stains, tears, no pulls. Again, does not look like it's been worn. So a great find for the bins. Again, TBD on what we'll get for this. I just have to do a little bit more research. I see stuff going from, $25 to $300. So really the range is wide. We are caffeinated. We are hydrated. Got my mega matcha latte. All good. Next up, I threw this in my basket as we were leaving. I just thought it looked kind of cute, and I don't think it's worth all that much. I think this might be a Walmart or a Target brand. It's Black Label by C'est Toi. but it's kind of this, it almost feels a little bit like ultra suede. It's like almost like a plush fabric, but it's in this little like mini dress, simple mini dress in this really pretty gray and pink tie-dye. I thought that this would be, you know, if nothing else, a pretty good bundle item. You know, it's something I don't think I'll get more than $10 or $15 for it, but you know, size large, in great shape, no stains, no rips. Cute little dress. Next up here, I'm trying to find the neck. We've got this awesome pullover from We the Free, again in fantastic condition. It's a size extra large, which is always great in Free People. It's this kind of, it's like a big, it's a tunic, I believe. Could be like a bathing suit cover-up. So it goes, you know, pretty long. Like this is definitely not meant to be worn as a shirt. It's got these big, you know, kind of peasant sleeves with a drawstring at the cuff, which, you know, it's just beautifully made, as we expect from Free People. I'm not quite sure on the model of this. I'm going to have to look it up. It does have like a Henley collar, so you can button it up a little bit and have it be a little bit less gaping in the front. But, you know, probably $35-40 on this. Fantastic condition. Well, but it's this real pretty, you know, plain front, button front jacket. Get one of these things buttoned. I'll try this one again. Next up, we've got another bread and butter piece, and this is from one of our favorites, Eileen Fisher, you know, just known for that gorgeous quality. This is just a little blazer jacket. It's a little like hits at the hip. You have a little slash pocket right there in the front, button down. But the fabric is this kind of, it almost feels like a boucle, kind of like the weave on a Chanel jacket, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's just got this kind of, you know, almost like nubby texture to it. So it's nice and warm. Definitely not something for the summer, but a great find. You know, it's Eileen Fisher. It's a size medium, so it's a good size. It's a good find. Again, for the bins, for $1, I mean, something like this from Eileen Fisher will probably fetch $40 or $50, maybe a little bit more. Regardless, if you see Eileen Fisher, pick it up. Next up here, again, this is not for everybody. I preface this every time I bring something out on the channel. But one of the things I grabbed was this Brooks sports bra. Now, for years, I am somebody who, you know, has to work with a large bust. So I am acutely aware of how tough it is to find supportive sports bras that don't feel like they're literally like cutting you in half across the bust. So this one is by Brooks. And Brooks, of course, is a well-known run company. That's the logo. If you ever see it out in the bins, be sure to pick it up. I know a lot of runners are very loyal to Brooks shoes. But they bought, a couple of years ago, they bought this company called Moving Comfort. I think that's what it was called. And it's something I used to be able to get at my local sporting goods store. And they were the best sports bras ever made. And they kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. And I remember being like, well, what am I going to do now? Like, whose bras am I going to use? And as it turns out, it didn't go out of business. They just sold to Brooks. So these are Moving Comfort bras. And they are the best. I mean, they go for $80 or $90 and they last you an eternity. This feels like it's never been worn, maybe once, but it's in fantastic condition. And I'll probably get $30 for this on the market, but if this is something that in your flipping business you do, be sure to keep an eye out for that logo, because if you're in this world of people who have to deal with this and are looking for sports bras, you know that Brooks is the best. Now we are on to bag 2. So the first thing we got here is one of my favorite brands to find, and that's Soft Surroundings. And it's this beautiful kind of eggplant, aubergine colored, like long sweatshirt with little ruffle details. There's a name for this and I can't think of it right off my head. It's a very popular style from them. This is a size large, so it's a great size. It's got these nice 3/4 length cuff sleeves. This will probably go for $35. And with fall right around the corner, this is like a beautiful fall color. It's a good cut. It's in fantastic condition. This is a great find. Next up, we've got this beautiful, now this is a sweater dress, and you can't really see the neck. This is a turtleneck sweater dress. I think I actually have it inside out here, but it's a black ribbed turtleneck sweater dress. Super simple, but it's by Jeffrey Halper, who designs Body Action Design for Neiman Marcus. This is a vintage piece. So I just, it always blows my mind when I see stuff like this at the bins. It's a size medium. It's a good size. It's a very classic closet staple. It's well made. It's 100% wool. I'm not sure what I'll get on this. Maybe 50, somewhere around that mark. I'll do a little bit more research on the brand and the designer, but just what a cool find. And again, in fantastic shape at the bins. Coming right on its heels, we've got this gorgeous kind of crochet long sweater from FP Beach, so that's Free People Beach. And it's a size small, but it's almost like duster length. It goes all the way down. It's got a tie front. So it's just something you can throw on over a bathing suit, or something you can throw on, over a pair of jeans and a little tank top. But again, an amazing find with fall right around the corner and sweater season coming quickly up. Probably, I don't know, $35 to $45 on that one. Next up, we've got a Torrid piece. This is a Torrid Super Soft. And it's that incredibly soft and stretchy jersey. But this is really interesting in that it's got kind of a lace neckline. So it's sheer underneath this lace. And I love these sleeves. The sleeves are lace, and they go out to like a little bell here. And it's got this, little baby doll on pure waist. Goes all the way around to the back. I'm not quite sure what I'll get on this. I've sold Super Soft before, but it was much more simple pieces. This is a little bit of a dressier piece. Maybe $30 on this, and I don't think it'll last long. Like this is a really, really pretty shirt. These sleeves, I can't get over them. I just think that they're so pretty. A great find. So the next piece we have is one from Zara. Now I don't typically pick anything that is Zara. You see a lot of it in the bins. You see a lot of it in Goodwill. And even in my personal life, I tend not to shop at places like Zara. I know that fast fashion is becoming a big problem with the amount of waste on our planet. It's part of the reason why I do what I do. I love that I'm able to go and find these kind of pieces that I know have a lot of life left in them and get them out of the landfill and get them to a new owner where they're going to be used again. And when I buy for myself, I'm trying to buy higher quality pieces that I know will either be very classic and last me a long time in my wardrobe, or something that is high enough quality that I'll be able to sell it and get it to a new home, so I don't have to go that route of it ending up in a landfill. But every once in a blue moon, I find a Zara piece that's really good quality and, adorable enough that I think I'm going to be able to, kind of get it out of the cycle and get it into a new closet. And this cute little dress is one of them. It's this nice kind of dark olive green with these little fuzzy dots all over it. I'm going to see if I can get this up close here. You can see they kind of like rise off the there you go. They rise off the fabric a little bit. They're a little fuzzy. And it's got this little baby doll on pure waist. It's got peasant sleeves. And it's in fantastic condition. So hopefully we get this into a new closet, get it a new life, so it sees a little bit more wear. Cute little find. Maybe $20 on this. I'm never going to get a ton for Zara, but when I find a nicer piece, I will spring for it. Next up here, we've got, so these are some trekking pants from a company called Loli. I think that's how that's pronounced. Loli. And they're nice. So they've got a little bit of stretch. They actually look like they could easily be work pants, but they definitely have stretch. They're definitely, they're definitely built to be active in. But if somebody, if you are somebody that's looking for a very comfy pair of office pants, or looking for something that you can go to work in and go and take a hike in afterwards, these are going to be a great piece. I think new these go for something like $100 or so, but maybe 20 bucks on these, but they're in fantastic shape. They're a size 10, so good size. And then the back, you got little kind of slash pockets. Again, these very much look like professional wear to work pants. Really good find on those. I have to do a little bit more digging on what something like this goes for on the resale market, but either way, these were not something I was going to leave behind. Next up, we've got a bread and butter Chico's piece. I always love finding Chico's at the bins. This is a real basic kind of Henley V-neck slub cotton, and it's that kind of double layer slub cotton up here. It feels so nice. It's got these cute little roll sleeves that are like a good just above the elbow length. Hits right at, just below the hip. It's got these side vents, so it can sit over your pants. Probably $20, $25 on this. It's the Chico's, the Ultimate Tea Collection, and this is a size 1. This is cotton modal, and it feels like it. Little knife pleat there in the back, too, for movement. Next up here, we've got another Torrid piece, and I love finding stars. I don't know why. The stars as a motif are just always in style. This is cute little blue skater skirt from Torrid. It's got, I like that it's got a front. The front is flat here, and then if you look at the back, it's got a little bit of stretch, so it's going to be extra comfy for whoever wears it. This is a size 2. In perfect condition. If you look really closely, you can see the stars are kind of like an eyelet. This is a great piece. I think, maybe $30 on this. And, although the 4th of July is unfortunately past, there just tends to always be a market for something with stars on it. Very cool find. Such nice quality too. Fully lined on that one. This is another one I don't think I'm going to get too much money for, but I just thought it was so pretty. It's this gorgeous little, just like Petal soft camisole from, I think the company is called Trouvé. I'm not quite sure where they're sold, but this is in really great condition. I like that it's got these little, these just kind of little loose end details on the front, and they also have them on the back. Just kind of hang down. I mean, this is just a stunning piece. On the right person, this will look absolutely beautiful. I don't think I'm going to get much more than maybe $15 for this, but it's just a beautiful little piece here. Very delicate. I mean, you don't get much more feminine and delicate than this. Next up here, we've got another piece from Soft Surroundings, and it's this beautiful peacock blue. Now this is wool and cashmere blend, 3/4 sleeve. I think this is a sweater dress. It could also be a tunic. The size is petite large. So I think that this is, I believe that this is a dress, because this feels a little bit long to be a tunic and to be called petite. So I'll do a little bit more research into it. I'll hit this with my depiller a little bit. This is going to clean up like $1 million. This is beautiful quality. This is just a great find. I think $40, $50 on this. You guys, keep your eye out for Soft Surroundings. Like they just have a real cult following, and their pieces are beautiful and wear well. Next up here, we've got a vintage piece, which I will go a little bit more into detail with on my vintage haul that should be coming up, I believe, next week. Look at this dress. It's this absolutely stunning. Look at the neckline on that. I don't know if you can get a good detail on that, but it's got this gorgeous, it feels like woven wire trim to it. You have that around the jewel neck, and you have it around the arms. This is probably about a size 8, which is a large size for a vintage piece. I'll have to get measurements on it, but this is handmade. It's this beautiful pink brocade. Now, if you look down here, I think that this is actually sun fading. And you have a little bit on both sides here, but I think it actually works. I think it actually looks really beautiful on the dress. It almost gives it a little bit of an ombre effect, like an irregular ombre. I don't know, it's very cool. So I'm not sure what I'll get for this. Again, I'll get this on the mannequin. I'll get a closer look at it, really do a good condition check. But again, you know, handmade, cute as can be, perfect for right now with all of the Barbie stuff going on. Just a pretty little pink dress. Next up, now I don't know this brand, but the quality felt really nice. It's called Zendra, and it is European of some sort. The size is a 38, but it's this beautiful, just crisp poplin blouse. There's no stretch to it. I believe a 38 is a size 6 or a size 8. But it's got this really beautiful beaded neck detail on it. You can really see that. It's really unique. Like, I've never seen, I think these are sequins. I've never seen anything that looks like this. So I grabbed it. I took a chance on it. I don't know if it's an expensive brand. I don't know if it's an inexpensive brand, but you know, it's definitely interesting and unique enough for me to roll the dice with $1 on it. So very cool piece. I love this neckline. Next up here, guys, we've got another item that is a brand that you should always keep your eye out for while you are thrifting, and that is Gymshark. This is the logo here if you are unfamiliar. Hopefully that's clear. But Gymshark is it's a really interesting story. I mean, the guys who founded this, it's out of the UK, I believe. The guy who founded it was working at, I think, Pizza Hut, and ended up like using his earnings from Pizza Hut to buy a sewing machine and started on the first prototypes from this. I love these out of nowhere interesting stories. Definitely worth reading up on them. But you know, of course, while you are out and about, if you see this at the thrift, pick it up because they do have a following. They're absolutely dominating. But this is a cute little pair of swishy pants. I don't know if you can hear that. They're a size small, I believe. Yeah, size small. I believe these are women's. But just a cute little, like, interestingly pieced here in the back. Just a cute little, like, warm-up set. Maybe $20 or $30 on these. Very cool find. I love finding Gymshark because it will always go very quickly. They sell out. People are, you know, certain models are in demand. Always worth a roll of the dice. Ooh, yes. Next up, we've got a Barefoot Dreams cozy chic, navy blue, little open front cardigan. If you know, you know, on Barefoot Dreams, these things are made, I mean, I swear to God, this feels just like kitten. I am somebody, you know, everybody loves these really like cozy blankets, and I am one of those people that just has that sensory thing that if it's a very synthetic fabric and you run your hand along it and it catches on your skin, it sends shivers down my spine. But this, although I believe it is 100% synthetic, does not do that. This feels like warm kittens covering your body. But this is like an extra small. So it's, you know, I don't love picking that small, but it is Barefoot Dreams. There's always a market for this, especially with work from home. And it's a very cool find. And finally, last but not least, another brand to always be on the lookout for is Viori. Now, I have been hip to Viori for a very long time. This was very popular where I used to live in Utah. And popular to the point, I think I have 4 pairs of the pants. I have 4 pairs of their joggers in my dresser right now. But this is just a great and this is the logo here. If you are in the market, that's the logo. Keep your eyes out. This one has a little zipper pocket, a crew neck. It's a men's large. So it's just a great size. It's a great piece. It's black. This will always sell. They retail for somewhere north of $100. I think 110, 120. And on the resale market, depending on the model, I mean, I would not be surprised to learn that this would go for like $75 or $80, especially if it's sold out. This is, I don't want to call this a grail because it is Viori. It's not, you know, you're not looking at a $600, $700 piece, but the resale value on these can be extremely high. And this has no pilling, No pilling on the seams. Again, just appears to have not been worn. So that is it, guys. That is our haul for today. I think all in, we've got somewhere about $600 to $700 worth of sales here, with a profit of somewhere around $400 to $500 once you factor in fees and whatnot. Not a bad day considering we only spent about 2.5 hours in the bins. My inventory pile was starting to get a little intense, so I took it easy and only went for a little bit. I could have been there all day. I could go there every day of the week if I had the storage space to put it all up. But that is it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you sticking with me through the whole haul. If you like what you saw here, please give this video a like. If you love thrifting again, if you love vintage, if you love flipping, you know, be sure to hit subscribe down below and join this journey with us. But other than that, guys, have a fabulous week. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one.